Townies, we got some exciting news to share with you.
It's already started. We are launching a members-only version of Dumb People Town called Dumb People Town Plus. It's everything you already love about Dumb People Town with some special benefits too. Not only will we be releasing exclusive episodes only available to members,
Dumb People Town Plus episodes will be ad-free and available earlier for members than anyone else. The best part is you'll have that sweet, sweet satisfaction of knowing you are supporting our show. Dumb People Town Plus is available on our favorite podcast app, and it is my app where I get my podcast.
I get all my podcasts here.
Himalaya.
I love Himalaya. All you have to do is download the Himalaya app. That's Himalaya, and search for Dumb People Town. Then click Become a Member. It's just $5 a month. And you can join up and get those episodes early, get them ad-free, get extra content. That's what we want you to do. Again, go to Himalaya, search for that Himalaya app, download it. It's free. Listen to all your podcasts through Himalaya, then become a member. Search Dumb People Town at $5 a month, and you get all that extra stuff. Once you do it now, you guys are loyal listeners. We love you, Townies. Here's a way to bump it up to the next level.
Scarpins Avenue.
Dan and Ren and Jay will share tales of folks so unaware they lack in grace and sometimes choose the life they choose will make the news. Breaking down each epic fail in Florida, there's half-price bail. I'm happy to say they couldn't make this up. So listen to our podcast jam with co-hosts Arm and Dan. Members, don't be a jerk, cause when the music hits the funny hits and we are gonna take you down. Stick around. Make a sound, hunker down, it's Dumb People Town.
Hey, Townies, welcome to another episode of Dumb People Town. Population Sweeney. Julia Sweeney. I'm so happy you're sitting in between us right now.
I know it. I'm very excited myself.
Oh, Julia Sweeney.
I'm big fans of both of you.
Well, we are huge fans of yours, and we've gotten to know you through the years. Oh, man. We started off just being a fan of yours as people watching you on television, and then we saw your amazing one-woman show as a movie in the movie theater. And then we actually saw it live.
Did?
Yeah, in New York City.
Wow.
No, we saw it live at the Lyceum Theater. Oh, that's where you did it?
Yes.
Yes, that's you.
You saw it on Broadway.
Yes, you gave us
on
tickets.
The old Broadway.
Oh, that's right. We saw it live. I'm sorry. But then I did see the movie, or like when it was.
I can't believe that.
On HBO
I think you're the only. This is like amazing. I mean, people did go to it, but I'm surprised that
it was packed and people loved it.
No, I did, but I don't run into people that I always have to say. And then I was at the Lyceum.
Your old Lyceum days, which sounds like a drug you took to just keep you. I was on Lyceum for a while. Remember the Lyceum days?
I used to sleep until 4 p.m. Well, we have a long storied history, and then performed with you in L.A. on a number of shows.
How did I first see you? Probably at Uncab.
On Cabaret, which was
I was madly in love instantly.
Well, it's a wonderful show to do. We've had Beth Lapidus on this show.
Yeah.
Hi, Dan.
Hi, buddy. How are you?
Dan Van Kirk with us, as always.
Still over here.
We were the first team of people to ever perform on that show.
Yeah,
really?
For years she didn't want to do it, and I understand, she just didn't. Beth didn't want it to be bits or stickiness,
right?
And it took us a while to understand how to do it. And then once we did, it was great,
right? Because I would say your stuff is so much like the Uncap. I mean, I think it very translates well.
So once we started to say, okay, let's get really personal with how all this is, and that show is very personal. So when you're hanging out backstage with people, and this is how we really got to know, like you and Bob Odenkirk and all these people.
Yeah,
you would spend time backstage and watch someone sort of open up in a very deep way.
Yeah.
On stage, it was funny and touching and all these other things. You feel like you get that connection. It's like way more connected than if you just saw someone at a party and were like, "Hey, what's up?" There's like a deeper connection.
It's funny because last night there was one comedian that I didn't know who was really good, but it was clearly their act. Yeah. And sometimes I do part of my act and things flow in and out, whatever.
Exactly.
But he was performing it like more like in a stand-up club, and it was and I was trying to figure out. Because it's really more of a performance. It's like tricking the audience into thinking that you're really
just
saying it. You know what I mean? It really is. It is a lot acting, and then it's also a lot real.
Right.
But I could tell the audience because his material was really good, and the audience was a little like they could feel a little bit the canned nature of it, even though he was so good. And I wanted to take him aside and say, "You need to learn how to throw these things away."
Yeah.
much better. That you got to be a better actor at this.
Like it's in the performance. It's
yeah,
not the
yeah.
material.
It's not the. It was not the material.
Right.
It is about listening. It is about paying attention, which is a wonderful segue into this show, which is about listening and paying attention to the world, because we as a collective threesome believe that the world is getting dumber as we speak, or dumber's
So
getting louder,
nervous
or
about that
dumber's getting
myself.
prouder.
Yeah, I know. Well, that's been always around.
That's been around. But
Dom's always been around.
Now it's
That's
like,
always been around, but
It's
yeah,
out of the shadows.
know nothings. Like when was the know nothings? The 1850s.
When was that cool?
That was like
Yes.
a whole political party. The
know
no,
nothings.
they were proud of it. We know nothing, and we're proud.
Well, I think it's coming back.
now that however small
That's the
that
deep
membership
state.
was. Yeah, this is deep state right there. Well, we've got dumb stories that are sent to us by
Okay.
our wonderful fans, and I know Dan has one that
do.
he's all fired up and ready
Ready
to
to do
go.
a story?
Let's do.
do
We have
it.
Julia
Okay.
Sweeney here. Let's do it.
This was sent by Larissa at the girl on the wall. No I in girl. So at the GRL on the wall.
Larissa explains it all.
Which I hope that's a solid pull.
That's Clarissa explains. it.
I don't care.
I hope this is a Song of Ice and Fire reference. All right. When a Haines County police officer walked outside Saturday evening to find out and see what had made the loud noise. This is a great opening
Who is
to an
writing
article.
this? Okay, bad writing.
I already can't follow
I
it.
know. When a Haines City police officer walked outside Saturday evening to find out what had made the loud noise he had just heard, police say he found Gary Anderson on top of a riding lawnmower in the parking lot.
Gary?
Gary, and you know that's the cop knows him by first name.
Gary!
Gary, get
Gary,
over.
Get off of
Jesus.
that.
So, Julia, have you ever worked with Diane Wiest on anything? Did
No.
she ever do SNL like when you were
No,
there? Okay.
and I love her so
I
much.
love her so much.
I want to be her. All the parts I want. That's the career I
Well,
want.
you're kind of
I'm never gonna have
sliding
that
into.
career.
No, that's not true. I feel like you're.
But
gonna
I
have
can
that.
be very smiley and nice.
Wiest was like very passive aggressive, but I remember like in Parenthood, one of her best
yes.
roles that she ever
With
played.
Joaquin Phoenix, right?
Yeah.
Young Joaquin
Yeah.
Phoenix, the Gary thing, and just her calling after him, Gary,
Gary.
Gary, hi, Gary. So that's what I'm imagining.
That's a good impression.
That's what I'm imagining.
That's how they have to talk to this guy.
on a
Like,
riding
go-
mower.
don't
Okay,
don't
Gary.
get mad
Startle
at him.
Gary.
Just come up to him and say, hi.
The officer
Gary,
said
Gary.
that Gary Anderson then told him three things, which means he walked out to hear what this noise was, saw Gary Anderson on a lawnmower, and Gary goes, "Hold on,
I got 3 things.
And he
I'm
had
saying three things first," but he holds up the number 4. I'm saying 3 things first.
Number one.
Here, this is it,
2.
literally. He had.
Do you think he
starts with 2?
Do you think he's? Yeah, I was going to say. Do you think he counts down from 3?
Yes.
Number 3.
Fifthly, here's what he said. First off, he had just struck the officer's police cruiser with the lawnmower.
Oh, okay.
Secondly, there was no damage to the police cruiser, so you know he's already heading off that argument. I hit your car. There's nothing wrong with it. We don't need to talk about it. You don't even need to look.
Don't look at it. I've already inspected
The
it.
third thing he wanted the cop to know is that he was drunk. I am drunk. I hit your car. Your car is fine. Go back inside.
And meanwhile, he's doing circles.
He's doing like
He's doing donuts
Yep.
through their lawn, cutting their
Oh
grass
my
so
God.
low.
So, Julia, you have a daughter. And,
I do.
And whenever your kid says everything's fine, that's your indication that it's
Something
not.
is horrible, and they're
Right?
covering
Like
that
now
up.
I have to explore this. Like whenever the kids,
If they start with that,
if any kid tries to get out in front of something, you're always like, what are you hiding?
That's so interesting.
I
I
would-
don't know. I mean, in a very uninteresting way, so I'll go on. No, but my daughter is a particular case. She's fantastic, has her good and bad qualities, as we all do.
As we all do.
we all do.
As we all do.
She's not like she would only say everything's fine if it was really fine.
Okay, but there are those kids that are like,
Yes,
Oh,
I
I would-
think it's more typical.
I would
It's
always
fine.
say to my mom, I'd be like, "Okay, don't be mad, okay?" And I would
Right.
make her answer me before
you
I don't know.
promise
Just
me you
say you
won't.
weren't going to be mad.
I've murdered the rest of the family.
don't be
you
mad.
said you weren't going to be
But
mad.
I was so triggered by how annoying they were.
The crash happened around 7 p.m. Saturday
Early.
while the Haines City police cruiser was parked outside Rodriguez Fashion Convenience Store. I don't know what that is. I don't know why that
I
cop.
guarantee you it's the
I would like
epicenter
my
of fashion.
in a convenient manner.
Rodriguez Fashion
Gianni
Convenience
Versace
Store.
often
And
visited this fashion.
I've been waiting for a store that combines those
By the way,
qualities.
that
You
is
need
the
a shawl and a pack of combos.
That
and
is
you
the
are good to
problem
go.
with fashion. It is very inconvenient.
Dan,
Yes.
first of all, it's a pashmina. Second of all,
It's a bag of combos.
it's a bag of
Bag
combos.
combos.
No, what I love about this is that it's 7 p.m. We have a T-shirt that we sell that says 6 p.m. is at 3 a.m. of day drinking. We
That's
know
very
that
true.
to be true.
So we know he's been
he's been
a
drinking
lot
all
of drink.
day.
He said he's drunk. So
He's been drinking
7
all
p.m.
day.
Yeah.
means you started at 10 a.m.
Yeah,
Yes.
that's true.
You're seeing the finish line
Maybe
of a day
noon.
of drinking.
Maybe
Yeah.
noon.
Noon.
The cop was already parked outside, hopefully looking for like some dope blouse or something at the
You
Rodriguez
never
Fashion Convenience Store at 1100 US 17. Add that to the Dumb People Town walking tour.
Please.
The officer was inside when he heard a loud noise come from outside where his cruiser was parked.
Oh boy.
When the officer walked outside, he said he spotted Gary Wayne Anderson, GWA, on a lawnmower
Gary Wayne
Gary
Anderson.
I
Wayne
know.
Anderson. It's perfect.
This is the 5th time.
You are named after both your dads.
Gary
And two cities in Indiana.
Right.
That's good. That's good. Go get Hammond and come over here. Hammond Dyer Anderson.
Get your brother Evansville over here.
Hammond Dyer Anderson.
I'm calling your sister Tara Hote, and she's going to pick you up right now.
That dog needs to go out. Who's going to walk Bloomington? All right, so he says he spotted Gary Wayne Anderson on a lawnmower with an attached trailer. On the trailer was a beer cooler. Gary.
Oh my God, Gary.
He's his own moving party.
He must have assembled that when he was sober.
Yeah.
Oh, and very proud of himself.
Right? I mean, that's pretty good.
He
That's
called his
knowing what-
ex-wife to come look.
He's taking care of himself.
Wherever Gary goes, he likes to announce, "Well, I'm here."
Yeah.
It's like I'm really into self-care.
He is into self-care.
I mean, that's a lot of pre-planning.
He knows what he needs.
He knows what he needs,
And he brings
knows
it with, like,
right.
Yeah.
I'm
Yeah.
gonna need this later. I'm
to
gonna
anyone
put
who
this-
says you can't take it with you, he says,
you can't take
look
it
at
with
me.
The officer also noted there was minor damage to the back bumper of his police car, which means I hope there was some sort of drunken. There's no damage. Sir, I'm looking at it right now. That was already there.
That was there. Come on.
That was
I
there.
Prove it.
It's like a
The only time
rental
that-
car scenario. I didn't see you mark
Right.
it on the card.
Julie, you just said one of those sentences that only exist in like very specific context. Only car accidents is when anyone ever says the sentence, that was there.
That was there
That
already.
was there.
That was there,
That
right.
was there. That was there.
That was there.
That was already there.
According to police, Anderson admitted he was drunk and hit the cruiser, but claimed he didn't cause any damage. Officers said he couldn't complete field sobriety tests and noted that his demeanor, quote, ranged from laughing to aggressive. That is a wide range.
I mean, if you add crying, like he could,
Oh,
wow.
he
Yeah.
could be on RuPaul's Drag Race.
He's a gardening Amy Winehouse right now.
Essentially.
He then reportedly looked at the police officer and said, quote, fuck it, I'm drunk, take me to jail. You know what? I tried your 1 foot thing and that goddamn alphabet riddle you're trying to get me to do, and I never touched my nose as a point of pride.
You know what? Fuck it. I'm drunk.
Nobody knows
So what did he say?
the-
What's the quote?
Fuck it, I'm drunk, take me to jail.
Can we make that a shirt?
Yeah.
Right.
It also sounds like a Meatloaf song that did not make the LP.
That was literally the
3
B-side.
out of 3.
3 out of 3 ain't bad. 3 out of 3 is bad. Fuck it, take me to jail. I'm drunk.
After he was taken to the police department, Anderson asked to be taken to a hospital because he claimed he'd been poisoned by police. You know, he thought of that the whole ride there.
I got it.
I got it.
Poisoned by police.
Anderson was taken to the Heart of Florida Regional Medical Center, which sounds scary
Yeah.
to me. The Heart of Florida.
Like they only have one
It's
X-ray
like you have
machine.
to go like underground, like 40 miles.
The Heart of
Nobody washes in. Nobody scrubs up.
The
when
heart of
they-
Florida.
The Heart of Florida Regional Medical Center, where he provided a breathalyzer sample. According to police, his blood alcohol content.
Are we gonna guess?
Come on,
Okay.
doubt me.
To
His
me,
blood
the
alcohol-
Heart of Florida Medical Center is also a Flying J truck stop.
Right, and you
Like, it's
walk
both.
through a gator's mouth. The ER is a gator's mouth.
Just walk right in.
And there's like a gift shop that you also have to walk through,
Right.
and then you get to
It's a
the
gift shop with only left-sided flip-flops. then they're sold
Just
out.
nutria running around.
Okay.
Banana rats?
According to police, at the Heart of Florida Regional Medical Center, the HOF-RMC, his blood alcohol content was, how much do you guys think Gary
Well, let me first ask, Julie, have
Anderson-
you ever gotten a DUI?
No.
No.
And
So,
I don't even know the numbers.
I'll
really.
tell you the numbers,
I know
just-
0.01 is when it
no,
is
0.01
bad.
is not bad. Point 1 is bad.
Oh, 0.1.
0.08
is
08,
usually the...
that's
Legal
where they can
limit.
give you a
Oh, that's
a
when
ticket.
you're legally drunk
Legally
at
drunk is
0.08.
0.08.
And 1.0 is very, very drunk.
1.0
1.0,
you're
dead.
You're
Oh,
dead.
you're dead.
You're
Yeah.
essentially a bottle of
So
vodka.
you go between 0.8
0.15,
and 1.
0.15, you're feeling it. 0.20,
okay,
you are
so let me-
drunk.
Wait, is it 0.08?
0.08.
Oh,
So-
okay. So there is a big range.
Yeah,
Yeah.
there's a-
Okay.
0.08, I would say the most I've ever heard anybody in any of these reports
0.3.
is 0.3.
I thought
Oh,
we had a
wow.
0.4
We never had a
You do 0.4.
0.43. I thought we had one.
0.3, that is outrageous. That is someone with
You
an
think you're
incredible
invisible?
talent.
Yeah.
0.08 that's the legal
Okay.
limit. So keep that in mind as you're
All right.
guessing here.
Oh,
Okay.
This is
Do you want to
hard.
go first, Tig, or third?
Tig was in between the two of us when she came on and did the show. So you can go in the
So
Tig.
this is the TIG position.
You wanna
If you
go
want to
in the
go
TIG
second, if
I'll
you
go
want
in the TIG position.
Okay,
Okay.
Jason, go ahead. You go first.
So I think his blood alcohol level was exactly the same as his grade point average.
Okay.
I'm going to say 0.2.
Okay.
0.
0.20.
0.20. All right, Julie.
Okay.
0.20.
Yeah.
Oh, 0.2.
0.0. 0.20.
Yeah.
Still, I think that's his grade point average.
Again, that is more than twice the legal limit.
Almost 3 times the legal
Yeah.
limit.
I'll go with 0.04.
So less than the legal limit? You say or 0.4.
No.
He's drunk.
0.4.
My
You're,
math.
you're saying
okay.
0.4.
Don't worry about it.
0.4.
0.4.
0.4.
So this may be one of the Julia thinks this is
Sure.
like the
the
highest we've
drunkest.
ever seen.
Right.
Okay, I
But
love
this
it.
is, you know what's sad?
He
is I
was-
used to be an accountant. Okay, but I
It's
haven't
okay.
had to use those
Right.
kinds of numbers
You
for a
use
long
past
time.
tense for a reason.
Yes.
Where do you
Used to.
use math in comedy? That's my question. You don't.
No, but he was vacillating between laughing and being
belligerent.
aggressive.
Yeah.
Okay, so I'm
You said
0.0.
0.4. Okay,
Okay.
I said
0.4.
0.2.
Jay
You're
says
0.2.
0.2. I'm going to go in the middle. I'm going to say 0.3.
0.3? Okay. According to
Keep
police,
it nice and round.
the blood alcohol level of Gary Wayne Anderson,
Get your answers in.
it was 0.241.
Wow.
Yeah.
Jay,
let's take
That's
it.
a solid drunk.
That's 3 times the legal
That's
limit.
exactly what it says here. Officers say Anderson also had cocaine in his system.
Well,
there's
coming
where
up,
the
we're going down.
aggressiveness came
Bump me
from.
through the night.
That's
There's the confidence to say I can drive a lawnmower into a parking lot.
Yep. Anderson accused police of putting cocaine in his system, quote, while directing profane language at the officer. So
Without
he says,
me looking, they put it up my nose.
Yep. Yeah. They put cocaine into me.
They made me feel great.
Oh.
I'm proud of the professional demeanor our officers showed when dealing with this heavily intoxicated, belligerent offender, Chief Jim Alinsky said. According to a police department spokesman, Anderson's driver's license had been suspended for how long?
So his driver's license suspended, and he's
That's
driving.
why he's on
That's
a
why he's on a
lawnmower.
I'm going
lawnmower.
to tell you this much. It is more than 10 years. So how long do you think Gary Wayne Anderson has been tractoring his life?
Basically driving around on his lawn
But
equipment.
he
to
still
get-
shouldn't be allowed to drive a tractor.
Right?
Like he's not
Well,
allowed
but
to
do you-
operating-
Well,
He
hang on
can't
a
even
second.
operate
He could
a car.
operate it on his
He could
private
have
property.
Right.
Vehicle, major.
But once you
whatever,
go into,
truck
like- He
driving
He shouldn't even be
license.
allowed to
Well,
drive a
but
go-kart.
hang on a second, for
Hell
real.
no.
Let's say you're a 14-year-old boy or girl, and you want to mow lawns in wherever you live in St. Louis, Missouri, or
Yeah,
Indiana.
but you can't drive to somewhere in it. You
But
can
what-
drive on the
You can
lawn.
drive on someone else's property. You can drive without a license.
I think so.
Okay.
I think you could probably
that's
also
true.
This
drive
guy's like trying to
on
stretch every
residential
rule.
streets. I bet you
Right.
could drive.
I don't think so. I think off of the street where there's going to be no other traffic, where you're just on someone's lawn, you can do
Right.
it. But I
And
don't.
by the way,
think-
if you are driving down the road, and we'll get into this, we'll talk
Yeah.
about this later, because you lived in the Chicago suburbs for a while.
Yes.
If you're driving down the road and someone is driving in front of you on a vehicle that should not be on a road,
Right.
Right, it's not street legal.
Yeah.
that's troublesome.
Yes.
You see a golf cart driving in front of you on a
Get away from that
on
person.
Lakeshore Drive,
Yes.
you're
Yes.
upset. It's upset.
Yes.
get away. Get away.
Okay.
Okay,
All right.
how long do you got? And I'm giving you that it is more than 10 years.
Okay.
Julie, do you want to go first, Tig, or third?
15 years.
Okay.
15 years. So that would be Well, we'll go by the year.
2004.
So you're saying 2004 is the last time he had a license.
He had a license.
Okay. All right.
I think he lost it on 9/11.
2001.
When he says, I remember 9/11, he's
ascribing a
remembering
whole
this.
Yes, it's
Sure.
a-
psychological
18 years.
Okay.
18 years.
to
Yeah.
this person.
I think 20 years, 25 years. I think
Oh,
this
you're
guy's
going
been.
up.
I think this guy's been without a license for so long, and has, in his
Since
opinion,
1996.
he incorrectly tells
Was that
people he's
25 years ago?
well.
Wow.
Yeah, he incorrectly.
Jesus.
No, 1994.
We're probably going to all die
yeah.
next
No,
year.
you're right. You're right.
94.
94.
He incorrectly tells people he lives off the grid when he doesn't live off the grid, but he just doesn't have a thing.
And then they're like, Gary, you can't have a mailbox and live off
yeah,
the grid.
I'm off the grid. I don't have a license.
You don't know where I sleep on my property. Yeah, but I know where your property is.
I know we can get to you. You are on a grid.
When he drives without a license, and he's drunk, that's like having sex without a condom with multiple partners.
Oh,
That's what
yep.
he's doing right now.
Well,
and now this happened.
I'll read this quote. Chief, whatever.
Chef.
Chief Alinsky
Chef Alinsky
said, quote, "It's never a good idea to get behind the wheel drunk, even if that wheel is to a Craftsman, Massey Ferguson, or John Deere. And I will tell you, we will leave story one on this. Gary Wayne Anderson has not had his driver's license.
This is going to be a long
been
time.
suspended since March 1978.
my God!
Carter.
So how old is he?
He is, I think, 68 years old.
Oh, my
68-year-old Gary Wayne Anderson.
40
And did he
years.
not have his driver's? Does it say why he doesn't have his driver's license?
I think he's gotten a couple DUIs over the course of that time.
It wasn't just like
41
failure to
years.
renew.
Yeah,
and by the way,
yeah,
and
he's
that
getting
was-
around to
He
it.
must have really been driving drunk because back in the 70s, I feel like people
Okay,
just
but let me
didn't give
just say
tickets.
this, and let me just bring this all to a screeching halt
Let's
of
do it.
seriousness. I come from a
Please.
family of alcoholics.
Yes.
Okay.
And I think it's impressive that he's still alive if he was getting those DUIs that
Yes.
far back. Because he
Well, I
must
don't
have
know when
had
he got
different
them.
times of getting sober and then I'm now getting into the struggle of him. I'm
No.
taking the comedy away from
No,
this
I
stuff.
love this. We're
no,
trying
but
to understand
I'm feeling
him.
like this guy has
He's a
probably
miracle.
struggled for a long time with his
Maybe. Here's my rule,
alcoholism.
just so you know. When I do these stories, if they reference someone having mental health, or I get somebody sends me a story where they're like, it's their 47th DUI. I'm like, yeah, I'm not doing that story.
No,
that
no,
person
Right.
has a thing.
We don't know
since
what
they
this
You know,
guy-
he made it in because of the lawnmower riding.
Exactly.
And accusing the police
know
of
what?
putting
That's what
cocaine into his nostrils
what the
while he
cop
was
said.
talking to them.
Right. That's what the cop said, too. No, he made it in because of that lawnmower.
Right.
Well, but I think what Julia points out is actually a great point. Is that from 1978 until now, he hasn't driven a lawnmower into
Right,
a back of a
he's-
police car. He
yeah.
has actually lived within
His
the
his
constructs of the
body has can
Stayed,
survive.
right? And he hasn't done anything to put him in trouble with the law.
Right.
So he has like lived
Yes.
without a
Gary
suspended.
Wayne.
Right.
Gary Wayne Anderson, just keep going.
I love it, man.
Louise, I love
Just
it.
keep going at 6 miles an hour. That's his.
Yep.
That's his theory in
Oh
life.
wait, now I'm trying to remember that movie. Who's the movie about the guy who drives the lawnmower? He doesn't have a driver's license and he drives his lawnmower to
The
see
Lawnmower
his
Man?
lost son, and
No.
he drives it 1,000 miles.
What?
What?
What
I think
movie
it's a
is
John
that?
Sayles
Is that the
movie.
Green Mile? I didn't see the
No, it's a
I
good
didn't see the
movie.
Green
It was
Mile.
a good
Land, if you
I
can
have to
look it up. Yeah, this
We'll find
Guy
out.
drives a
The
lawnmower.
lawnmower, the guy who drives a lawnmower to see
that
his,
Lawnmower
his
Man?
estranged son,
I said, is that
like
Lawnmower Man?
1,000 miles.
I
That's
could-
been in my head. So I'm a little
find out.
distracted trying to remember who the
I've
director
never
is.
seen it.
It's a big director, too. You'll be surprised.
And he mowed every lawn in that distance.
Is that? And I haven't.
No, it's
seen,
real.
Is that,
No, it's based on a true story.
is that Citizen Kane?
Oh, that's right. It's Citizen Kane.
Sorry.
Is that cut
It's
it?
a little film called
Is it called
Citizen Kane.
Cut It Forward? Is that what
There
that?
you go.
Yeah, the
The
straight,
Straight Story.
story.
The Straight
And it's
Story.
based on a
Who
real
directed
guy
it?
named
Land? Who
Straight.
directed it?
Straight story, and it's about
It's about George Strait, the country
Ooh,
music
I'd
singer.
watch
who
that.
came out of the closet as gay.
David Lynch.
David Lynch.
David Lynch.
Yeah, David Lynch. And it's very unusual David Lynch movie.
Like it's a straightforward, like
and
understandable.
it's a really wonderful movie. Yeah.
Look at that.
Check it out.
Check it out. Look
You know
at that.
what? Maybe David Wayne had seen that. Is that his name, David Wayne?
No,
David Wayne is the director.
David
Another
Wayne
director.
Anderson. No, this guy. Maybe
Gary.
he'd see
Gary.
Wayne Anderson.
That's right. The cities.
Yeah.
So Gary Wayne Anderson, maybe he saw the Straight Story and got inspired.
Go
If
for it,
that
buddy.
happened, I would be so. He's really into weird indie films. I
I'm
love it.
really a big David Lynch fan, and he
Huge.
came out with this unusual film for his genre.
Anna, Gary, you're
where a
apparently.
man was riding a lawnmower for 1,000 miles, and one night I had a few too many. Now, I had been sober for 20 years. I never got around to getting my driver's license back.
Why?
And
I live
thought,
off the
wait
grid.
a minute, I don't have a driver's license. I've suddenly started drinking again. I've seen this fantastic film. I am taking this baby out for a ride.
And I didn't hit anything.
I didn't hit anything.
There's no damage. All right, I hit it, but there's no damage.
Everything's fine, and I'm drunk. All right, there you go. Story number 1 down in the
Okay.
books. We had a guy, Gary Wayne Anderson. He's now part of the lore of Dumb People Town. Julia Sweeney is with us. We're going to find out a little more what's going on with her on the other side of
What is
this.
going on with her?
2 more stories. It's Dumb People Town. Stay with us.
Stick around, make a sound for more Dumb People Town.
Hey, it's me, Daniel Van Kirk, breaking into this ad portion to tell you about my tour. All of everybody who listens to Dumb People Town and Pen Pals, I love you guys, and I just want to let you know that I'm probably coming to a city near you or to a city near people you know. They live there. So come out and see me. Go to danielvankirk.com. This is all going to start the final run of the Together Tour I'm doing the 13th. We're doing a live Dumb People Town, so you can come to that. But then on the 14th, I will be in Philly, and then I will be in Baltimore, and then I will be in Chicago. I'm headlining Zanies in Chicago. It's my first time headlining a club in Chicago, Illinois, and I would love to have so many of you people come out to Zanies. That's the 16th through the 19th of October, and then I get right back into that Together Tour the next day on the 20th, and I'm going to Detroit, and then I am going to Rochester, and then Boston and Albany and New York and Cleveland, and then I pick back up in November on the 11th, and I'm doing Louisville and Nashville and Milwaukee and Cincinnati, probably not that order, and then I end my tour on Friday, November 15th in Rochelle, Illinois. So if any of those cities are close to you, please come out and hang out with me. Come to those shows. I would love to see as many people there. I think we're doing it at Hilarities in Cleveland. That's going to be super fun. That's a Friday night, and there's so many other great shows as well. Obviously, New York and Philly and upstate New York. You guys have been asking me to come there, so I am. Boston as well. Again, go to danielvankirk.com to catch me on the Together Tour as I wrap this up. For everybody who's come out to shows in the past, I love you and I appreciate you. And everybody who's going to come out, let's hug and say hi. danielvankirk.com, the Together Tour. Thanks.
All right, guys.
Welcome back to the show. Dan has another story. We got
Okay.
Julia Sweeney.
I'm excited.
Who, by the way, Julia, you've got
Any live stuff coming up that people can come
Yes,
see?
Wednesday.
Well,
That's
this will
too
probably
soon.
drop after
Okay.
that,
But you're
yeah.
doing it periodically.
Does this go out into the world,
This
or
will
is
go
it
out
just
in-
Los
no, it's
only
just
Los
the world.
It goes out
Angelinos
into
can
the
listen?
world. No, it goes out very far into the
Any
world.
any dates in
What
other
I have,
cities?
yes, November 1st or 2nd or 3rd. Whatever Sunday is.
Okay.
I'm doing my show Older and I have a show called Julia Sweeney Older and Wider. And I'm doing it at Joe's Pub in New York on
Great.
November 3rd.
Great.
And I'm going to film it in Seattle on February 1st. I already
Great.
know.
Okay.
And on October 24th, I'm doing a show at Largo, Julia and Alleged Friends. And one of the people I know I'm having is Richard Dawkins, who's the author. And I'm going to be interviewing him.
Great.
I love
okay.
it.
So
Joe's Pub is where Hamilton started.
Hamilton started at
Yes.
Joe's Pub.
Yeah.
Among many other wonderful plays. That is like a theater epicenter in New York
Yeah,
for
it's a great place to
unbelievable
be.
projects.
Yeah.
So I love that you're doing
if
that
you're
there.
in New York and you listen to this podcast, we have a lot of New Yorkers who listen to it. Get your tickets early for that.
It's
that
actually
will sell
on sale now. They
All right,
just went on
get 'em.
sale.
Show
Yeah.
Joe's Pub that she has a crazy following in New York, which we know she
I
already
know.
does. But sell it out.
I mean, I remember the Lyceum days. All right.
What about you guys?
We've got lots of stuff coming up. We're going to be at the Montreal Comedy Festival. I'm
Oh,
very
are
excited
you?
about
Yes.
that. We're doing our show Tag It there, which I love so much, where comedians come on stage, they do 8-minute sets, and then
all the while
we're
backstage.
we're like writing tags
Oh.
during their set, and then we come out. We host the show, and we come out in between.
Keep them on stage.
Keep them on stage, and we pitch them all the jokes,
Very
tags
fun.
that we have for them in between them. We
very,
riff on
very
that.
fun.
What do you mean by tags, though? Like,
So like tag their jokes. So,
So like,
like
like
I had
what
a
I
bit-
just did,
I had
what
a
I
bit-
just did for you with the Kardashians.
Oh,
if I
see.
list your whole bit, and I'm like, I have a tag for that bit.
so you would do
okay,
your
you
set.
have jokes for them.
Yeah,
jokes.
jokes.
You
Yes.
write jokes.
Oh my
You write
god!
jokes for them as it's going on, and then we can riff on
Can
stage.
I want to fly to Montreal just
be a
so
part
you
of
can.
it.
Well, if we do it in LA, you'll do it. And
If we do it in LA,
Oh my
you would be a
God.
part of that.
I know we
show.
wrote a tag for Andy Kindler that he's using.
Oh, really?
Yes, people do it. They use the
Is
tags.
Andy still doing the Montreal wrap up?
I think he is doing the.
He does a
State
show
of the
there
Union.
every year.
State of the
industry
yeah.
address is
Yeah,
my
it's
favorite.
so
So,
I love him so much.
So
So
anyway,
we're doing
we'll
that,
get-
and then we're in Phoenix. We're doing 3 shows in Phoenix at Stand Up Live, which is a massive club in downtown Phoenix.
Phoenix in August. You
Come
can't
on,
beat it.
who wants
August 15th, 16th, and 17th. And
No,
it's
we're
only,
giving you a reason to get inside.
it's only
Yes,
the early
exactly.
shows.
You wanna
Early
be
shows,
inside.
only early shows that night. So we
And
only have
Daniel, what do you
1,800 tickets to sell.
Yeah.
Oh, I would love for people to come out and see me. I am going to be August 10th. I will be in Santa Cruz. I am doing one of my recordings for my upcoming album.
Yay.
Oh.
So go to
Special
danielvankirk.com. I'm doing it through Blonde Medicine, which is Dominic Del Bene.
Dominic Del
He's a
Bene,
great
that's
guy.
right.
He's ran the Petaluma Comedy Festival.
he did our
a million
last
other great
special.
things. Yeah. So come out to that. That's in Santa Cruz at DNA on August 10th. And then on the 29th, I will be running my hour here in Los Angeles at the UCB Theater. That is Thursday, the 29th of August. Go to
Franklin
Yeah, Franklin.
Beautiful.
Go to danielvankirk.com.
And what time are you doing that at UCB?
I think it's at 8:30.
Oh, nice
yeah,
time.
Yeah.
Good
Very
slot.
good All right, let's jump into one.
All right, ready?
Yes.
Second story sent in by Mama Fritz at Mama Fritz79.
I love you,
Tra-
Mama Fritz.
This is
I love it's
Tracy
the
Fritz.
79th, Mama Fritz.
Yeah,
And she had to go through all those, so
there's a
she
lot
got
of Mama
the handle
Fritzes.
she
Oh,
wanted.
she's probably born in 79.
Maybe.
Tracy Fritz, mother of Kim Fritz, a mother-daughter combo that come to all the comedy festivals.
Oh,
They're
huge
huge supporters of this show. They're
We
awesome.
could
love
and we love
this is
hanging out with
them.
them.
This is one of this is the mom.
This is one of them.
This is Mama Fritz.
A Florida woman
Of course.
was arrested Monday and accused of contaminating the ice cream of a neighboring business. Jung Soon Wupcha? W-I-P-C-H-A. Wipcha?
Whipcha. Whipcha.
Young Soon Wipcha of St. Petersburg
She
resident.
whipped you.
An owner of the Indian Shores Food Mart, no convenience, no fashion,
Nope.
was allegedly caught on camera tampering with products sold by Lulu's ice cream store next door to her.
Oh, boy.
Over several days in late June.
I
do
would
you-
call her young, soon to be incarcerated.
Heyo, at Sklar Brothers.
That's a good one.
Thank you. My question is, how did people not know that? Hold on, let's let Julia enjoy that for a second.
That was so good. Okay.
I love that I said thank you, even though it was Jason's show. No, but how do people not know that there are cameras everywhere nowadays,
Everywhere.
especially
In
in
the
world.
businesses
Right, I know.
and stuff?
I
Like,
know.
if you were going to do something illicit, someone is
Right.
going to see it.
According
Right.
to
It's like going into a casino
Right.
and be like, they won't notice.
Let me just put
Right.
these chips from that person in my pocket. No.
According to a Lou Pinella's county criminal complaint.
Lou
she-
Pinella?
Yeah, I threw that in. She was seen using the bathroom the two stores share more than 5 times on June 17th without closing the door. So these two businesses share a bathroom, and she's so mad at
by the way,
these people.
that is a problem. 2 businesses sharing one bathroom. That's got to be violating codes, right?
Wait a
sort of
minute. She
common
used the
businesses-
bathroom 5 times and didn't close the door. So she just
No.
went in, sat on the toilet.
Yep.
And okay.
Yep. After not washing her hands, she was filmed walking over to a freezer and rubbing her hands on the ice cream.
On the ice, like opening things
Yeah,
and
I
rubbing
think
her
so.
hands in the ice.
Okay,
Yes.
I know your entire show is predicated on laughing at dumb people. But let me just say, I feel sad for this woman who this is a cry for help.
No, she's
No,
a
no,
bitch.
she's mad at this. She's mad at
she
this.
works. She owns the business next door.
So this
So
is
she's
her
mad
getting
at these competitors.
Yes, she's mad at these people.
Another
Okay.
video caught her picking her nose and sticking her hands in the dessert, while yet another caught her spitting in the product.
Okay.
Stop.
I
young
don't know.
Sue.
Yes, I don't like this story.
I don't
This
like
is-
these people.
I thought.
I mean, picking her nose to me. I'm obviously because there are moments where my 5-year-old daughter will say to me after she pees, "Do I have to wash my hands?"
No.
And I'm like,
If you
yes.
didn't pee on your hands.
Well, that's sort of my thing. I'm like, you used toilet paper. You didn't really touch anything.
I would say,
I'm like,
let's
you
just-
should get in the habit of doing it. But in essence, Like, I don't know that you need to.
By the way, whatever you
Right.
put your hands on before you went to the bathroom,
Right.
probably worse than touching
Probably
your own
worse.
vagina, which is clean.
Yes.
you should wash.
But you should, you know what though? You got to get them in the habit of it. That's what
what
I
I'm
thought. was
saying,
on.
but I
thought
don't know-
it's probably
Well, we need to get
unnecessary
young
and every
soon.
time. But you should wash your hands.
So
every
what
day.
is she
We need
doing
to
in the
get
bathroom?
Young
We need-
Soon needs
By the
to
way,
be in
we
the
need
habit.
to get young soon. Could also be.
We need to get Young,
Young
Soon
Soon.
is a story about like the fountain of youth.
That's like
Yes,
it's like the
there you
best
go.
Amy Tan novel ever.
On June 22nd.
She's like, we need
Oh
to
my
get
God. Okay, so she's sabotaging the business next door.
Yeah, but the
she's
thing is-
videotaped doing all these
Right.
grotesque
It's-
things.
She's in like a one-sided prank war, which only works if you tell people you got pranked.
Right.
Otherwise,
Right.
you're just harassing.
It is
On
harassment.
June 22nd, she was filmed peeing in a bucket used to churn ice cream.
Nope.
She then emptied the contents She then emptied the contents into a sink the ice cream store used to rinse its utensils and bowls.
Nope.
Young Soon, knock it off.
She is. So my question is, what did they do to lead this
I'm
person
still
to this
enjoying
way?
Young Soon to be incarcerated. I think that this is like
We
we're
can't
never
go
gonna
above
get
that?
better
We're
than that.
never
No.
gonna get better
We
than
might
that.
though.
the best.
Wait, so what did they
Okay.
do to her? Like that's what we need to know. Why?
I
then-
think she needs to go to a mental hospital.
She then
Motive.
Or anger management.
Anger
Yes.
management.
It's anger
She
management.
then opens
She
the
knows
ice
what
cream
she's
freezer,
doing.
puts her hands inside, and leaves the room, read the complaint. Her actions were said to have forced Lulu's owners to discard $2,000 worth of ice cream. Store owner Paul Chiuli told the Tampa Bay
Who,
Times
by
on
the way,
Monday
I love his blown glass art. I need to say
Exactly.
he had to close the
It's a little too
shop
colorful for me.
for 5 days. Quote, I guess she didn't like that we were getting popular. If Young Soon is not even selling ice cream,
Yeah.
there is.
at least be selling
Oh, I lost Dan.
Oh.
Hold on.
Hello?
Yeah.
There you go.
Okay.
She better at least be selling ice cream.
I know. I mean,
Right?
So again,
Right.
this gets to motive. So
Right.
you don't like that this store is getting popular, but if they're not selling the exact same things as you, if they're selling the exact same things as you should not be right next door to another,
Right.
and you should not be.
There's no way she's selling
So
the same
have you
things.
ever been to Louisville, by the way, Kentucky? Have you ever
yes,
been?
I have.
Okay,
just
so
driven through. But
all right, well, in Louisville,
stopped for lunch.
downtown Louisville, we stayed there because we were doing shows there 1 week, and we stayed in an area on a street where there were 6 on one street on 2 blocks, 6 wig stores. Now we
called it the wig district.
we couldn't tell which store was. What the difference were of these? So like who?
Right.
How are you standing out as a wig store for this one
Right.
versus this one?
That's sort of true on Hollywood Boulevard too. Actually, I would say
Mm-hmm.
it's not untrue that stores that sell the same
They
things
are
go-
right next to one
But
another. Yeah,
ice
like-
cream shop. Have you
Yeah,
ever
ice
seen
cream-
two ice
no,
cream
ice cream
stores
doesn't
next to
make
each
sense.
other? I don't think
That's
so.
an impulse buy.
Yes.
You need to be everywhere for that.
Yes. All right, Dan. What is? Do they know what she's selling or no? They never tell it. They
No,
never.
no, they don't even. They didn't like that she. I guess she didn't like that we were getting popular. Paul Chiuli said.
I guess.
Young Soon was arrested Monday and charged with the act of tampering, which is a first-degree felony, and criminal mischief, a third-degree felony.
That's
love
one of our
that.
favorite charges, criminal mischief, because it sounds so fun. It sounds so cute.
No defense attorney was listed for her. She didn't respond to a voicemail request. I think that voicemail box is full.
Yeah.
Yes.
Her arrest
I
came.
think it's not set up yet. You've spoken to
Are
him.
we going to find out what her store was?
I don't think it said, did it? What her store was next door?
No, we have to.
So yeah, she's the owner of Indian Shores Food Mart.
No.
Oh.
So
Yes.
they're not even competitors.
Well,
really.
they may sell ice cream.
It's not
Well,
like she's
okay.
selling like toddler onesies.
Here's the other problem: you're not running anyone out of business if they don't know you did it.
Right.
So you almost need the cameras to catch you.
Dan,
doing
I
it.
Right.
think her attitude was, I want to make them have to throw away a bunch of stuff. Like maybe she.
But then you'd have to go tell them. Guess what I did? Now you got
I
to
don't
pitch it
think
all.
she's thinking anything.
Her
I
arrest
don't
came
think
just
she's
2 days
thinking at
after authorities in Texas said they had identified a young woman filmed licking a tub of Bluebell ice cream before putting it back in a supermarket freezer as a part of a now viral video. So this is everybody's just screwing with ice cream this
Yeah.
summer. Last year it was shark attacks, and now it's ice cream.
I just want to
guess
say
so.
we went to our friend's house last night, and someone said, "Please check that the seal is on the ice cream."
People are worried about.
People are now worried that ice
Oh,
cream
because
is being.
people are talking about this
Yeah,
now.
this
that
is
people
a
are now
thing.
tampering
And
with ice
you're
cream.
contributing to that
I'm
now.
sorry.
We
I
got
created-
soon.
I generated the worry.
We got
Sorry.
soon, guys.
Okay.
We got soon.
We got young soon.
We'll play a quick round of Guess the Age. How old do you think Young Soon Whipcha is? You know, she owns the Indian Shores Food Mart.
So she's a small business owner. Let's cut her some slack for that.
To the bathroom 5 times a day, whether that was by design or necessity.
As you get older, the bladder gets smaller. I agree.
She's angry, and she can pee in a bucket. How old? Do you want to go first, Tig, or third, Julia?
I'll go first.
How old do you think she is?
45.
45 years old. Jason Sklar?
I think she's 60.
Okay, 60.
And
for
she's
Jason.
had it up
you,
to
Jason.
She's had it up to here.
Mm-hmm. Come on.
I was
buddy.
going to say 59, and that's just Jay threw me at a 60.
Stick where you want to be.
59.
59 years old. I can tell you that young Soon, the woman who owes Indian Shores and hates this goddamn ice cream shop next door.
Yep.
You also then you'd have to leave a note. Hey, guess what I did? Like, you need them to know.
Maybe she knew that she'd be filmed.
Yeah,
Or they'd find out.
she gave a good wave to
Or
the camera.
hire someone else to do this.
Before we go on to our third story, Townies play along. Yell it out wherever you are because young Soon is 66 years old.
Oh!
Wow. Yeah.
Oh, I knew. I knew.
Okay, but I disagree with all of your theories about who needs to know because I think she harbors some kind of crazy resentment for this store.
We don't know
Let's
why.
just accept that that's
Just
true.
accept it.
Right.
And she wasn't thinking people were watching her, and she was doing it so she could have the satisfaction when she watched all the customers leave the ice cream place.
She did it for the
that
love of the game.
Are
We're
eating
having
her
horrible
pee. Yeah, just-
ice cream.
God.
And that's what she's doing it for. It
66.
wasn't to get caught.
So
and
it's
it
for an
wasn't
audience of one.
Yeah, it was for her to feel better about it.
66. She puts the P in AARP.
Did she stop? Do you think she's married? Do you think she's married?
Yes.
Probably.
But he died a year ago.
Yeah.
Well, no. I was going to say if she's married, how much is her husband
Trying to distance himself?
Yeah. Does he say just let her do it? Like if I don't let her do it, this is
Okay,
going to
that's
be.
so the man description.
No, but
I would say
if she
her
was a-
husband's so horrible that the only way she can have any control over anything
Is
is
to
to
pee on
sabotage
someone
That's a
else's
good
ice
other
cream.
thing.
the ice cream next
By
door.
the way, Julia, if it would have been
and her
a
frustration, she can't take it out on her husband.
but I'm saying if it was a man, I would have said, "Do you think he's married?" And how much does his wife just say, "Let him do it"? Because
in that case, I would agree.
it doesn't matter. Why are we being so binary,
Guys.
What about her partner?
Guys, we don't need to pee in the ice cream on this one.
That's
I
right.
mean, this is like, we don't have to
No,
ruin
but
a
people
whole.
who do that, like waiters who spit into plates,
yeah.
that's only about their satisfaction of they feel less than
Yes,
those people,
that's
and they are
right.
doing something to make them
They
feel
feel
better
slighted.
than those
Yeah,
people.
that's right. Yes,
And
yes.
again, you got nailed. You got busted
Right.
because there are cameras everywhere.
Right.
Probably that you installed.
Right.
I mean,
There used to be just God.
Yeah.
But
you said-
now
God
we
was
have
the only.
cameras.
That was the only
camera.
security camera we ever had.
God's like, I don't have to do anything anymore.
I got
God
more
said-
time.
And I don't want to bring it back full circle, but God said ha on this one.
Julia's old show.
All right, we have one more segment.
We do.
Can you give us
you-
a little tease of what we're going to see, Dan?
We have
over here?
another cake debacle.
I love it.
boy.
I love it. Julia Sweeney is with us. This is Dumb People Town. Don't go anywhere.
Stick around, make a sound. There's more Dumb People Town.
Townies, we got some exciting news to share with you.
It's already started. We are launching a members-only version of
Dumb People Town.
called Dumb People Town Plus. It's everything you already love about Dumb People Town with some special benefits too. Not only will we be releasing exclusive episodes only available to members,
Dumb People Town Plus episodes will be ad-free and available earlier for members than anyone else. The best part is you'll have that sweet, sweet satisfaction of knowing you are supporting our show. Dumb People Town Plus is available on our favorite podcast app, and it is my app where I get my
I
podcast.
get all my podcasts here.
Himalaya.
I love Himalaya. All you have to do is download the Himalaya app. That's Himalaya and search for Dumb People Town. Then click Become a Member. It's just $5 a month. And you can join up and get those episodes early, get them ad-free, get extra content. That's what we want you to do. Again, go to Himalaya, search for that Himalaya app, download it. It's free. Listen to all your podcasts through Himalaya, then become a member. Search Dumb People Town at $5 a month, and you get all that extra stuff. Once you do it now, you guys are loyal listeners. We love you, Townies. Here's a way to bump it up to the next level.
Hey guys, welcome back to Dumb People Town. We got Julia Sweeney here. Dan, take us home.
Well, let's follow Julia Sweeney so we can find out all of her dates and stuff. You can follow Julia Sweeney on
yes.
on the
Please follow me on Twitter. Oh my God, I've had a crazy Twitter experience this week.
What?
And I know you'd like to hear about it
I
in
would
detail.
love to hear it. Please.
Okay, I was on Twitter. I had like 8,000 followers. This is when I was in Wilmette. I didn't really try to do much, but over the years I got that much. Then a few years ago I had a crazy stalker, whole other story I won't go into. But no, it was terrible. And I had a freak out over it and I deleted all social media completely. So I thought I'm not going to be a performer anymore anyway, so it doesn't matter.
Right.
Then
You're back.
a year ago, I think now I do want to be a performer. So like in February, I thought, I guess I should have Twitter and I'm going to have like one follower. So just kind of incrementally, I got like 900 followers. This is until yesterday. I had like 900 followers. And then part of me was like, well, I just like my 900. I don't want more than that.
I want my 900.
That's too many people.
Copy that.
But then Kathy Griffin, my friend, said she was over and I was showing her that I had scanned all these pictures from SNL and old pictures of us and stuff like that into I was going through pictures. And she said, you should just start posting those pictures because people love that. And that'll get you more followers. So yesterday, what day is today? Yeah, yesterday, I post at like 2:30 a picture of Kathy and I from like 1990 hugging each other in my kitchen at the time.
Is this right after you
really
did Pulp
cute
Fiction?
picture. And I say, Kathy, my friend, I don't have very many Twitter followers, but my friend Kathy said I should post these old pictures, so I may as well start with her. This is me and Kathy, my wonderful friend. I posted it. You know, Kathy has like 2 million followers or something. And then Andy Kindler has like 140,000. So both of those people retweeted it and said, you should follow her. She's funny. This morning, I'll look again. I think I have 8,000 followers.
Oh my God!
Yes!
I love it.
In 24 hours.
So we're going to say this. Follow Julia Sweeney. It's just
So
at,
it's
what is it?
not. It's
at-
Jay is back in town. But if you search for Julia Sweeney, you'll find it.
At Jay is back in town. Follow her, and you will see great pictures posted from her.
Yes, this
That's
morning I
about it.
posted one of Charlton Heston and me in a sketch at SNL in 1993.
Stop.
And then
That's
I
so
talked about
cool.
how I was putting the pool in my backyard that I still live in the house here. I had rented it when I left town. And I was between 3 different pool designs, which sounds so privileged. But anyway, I could do it then, 1993. And he said, no, it should be this one. And he gave me all these reasons why the pool had to be this way and how deep it had to be.
And then he
and
shot
all this
you.
stuff.
No, I'm sorry.
No.
He's an NRA guy.
And I agreed, and I did it that way. And I'm in the pool like 3 times a week. I love to swim, and I think of Charlton Heston every time. I'm always like, Charlton, you were so right.
Well, you know what? It was one of his commandments, too. he brought them down from
one of the
God.
many. Many. I
Okay.
love it. All right,
That's a
so
long story. Sorry.
No, it's a
Okay.
great story.
Follow Jay is
It's back in town.
town.
And also JuliaSweeney.com. I try to put things on there too.
All
Let's
right.
do that.
Go see her live at those shows. Dan, get
All right, you ready?
Yes.
Okay.
Here we go. This was sent in by Adam Fries, or Fries, at Adam Fries.
Fries.
I would go Fries too. Okay. Here.
Freeze would be Freis.
Yeah.
No, would
I
that be
agree.
fries?
No,
That
that'd
would be
well, I don't
freeze
know.
out.
I think
See?
it could go either way.
I know.
Frise.
Milledgeville, Georgia. Does Moana sound the same as marijuana to you?
Nope.
Marijuana. Say it really fast.
Marijuana.
Maybe
Moana.
that's literally
Moana.
what they do next.
What
Maybe try
was
saying it
Todd
really
Glass
fast.
called?
Todd Glass,
Yes.
who I know
Moana.
you know really.
Moana.
You know
Marijuana.
Todd Glass. Todd Glass, comedian, used to
I
say.
don't know him. I
You
don't
don't know
think.
Todd Glass?
I don't think so.
Todd Glass.
Maybe if I saw him, I would
Yeah, I'm sure
remember
you
him.
would. He's been around and been around the old Largo scene and whatnot. Todd Glass used to say that people in Philadelphia wouldn't say Philadelphia; they'd call it Fluffy. Fluffy.
Fluffy.
Really?
Where are you from? From
Fluffy.
I'm from Fluffy.
From Fluffy.
Really?
Fluffy.
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 So Moana, marijuana.
Marijuana.
Moana.
Wait, say
marijuana.
the name of the town again.
Milledgeville,
Milledgeville.
Georgia.
Moana.
Does Moana and marijuana sound the same to
Moana.
you?
Sounds similar, I guess,
is
if you said
similar.
it fast.
Hey, have you seen Moana?
Yeah, I think it's similar.
See, yeah. But it's still off to me.
What can I say except thank you?
The mix-up.
I mean, you're welcome. Anyway, sorry.
The reason I'm saying this, here's the headline. Baker mistakes Moana.
Sorry. I'm so
That's
sorry.
okay.
It's okay.
Should I do anything?
Yeah, I'll re-rack it.
God, I'm so sorry.
Don't worry about it.
We're not live.
off.
We're not live.
Yeah.
It's
Not
okay.
live. It's all good. Lan will make a note.
Hello.
She takes the call for 15 minutes.
Just turn it-
That'd be the best if you took it.
Oh, how are you? I've been thinking of you.
What did I want to tell you? It'll come to me.
No, I'm not busy at all.
No, nothing. This is the perfect time.
What's happening?
So what else?
Don't cut it now, Lan.
Don't cut it, Lan. Don't you
Okay,
dare.
ready?
Okay.
Don't you dare
All right.
cut it.
This is the headline. Baker mistakes Moana for marijuana on girl's birthday cake.
Nope.
Yes.
No.
So Moana is a very popular Disney movie. All songs written by Lin-Manuel Miranda.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Performed by The Rock.
Performed by
Right.
The
It
Rock.
was the Mulan of its day. It is
Kind of.
Mulan,
The mix-up prompted
Right.
quite the surprise to
Basically.
a Georgia
By the way,
woman.
can I say this? I wanted my kids to watch Crouching Tiger, Hidden Dragon. I was
Yeah.
like, you guys would love that.
Yeah.
And I was explaining to it, and they were like, so it's like Mulan. I was like, I mean, kind
no,
of, but
not at all. But if
Eddie
that's
Murphy-
their way to get them in there,
Eddie Murphy, not as funny in Crouching Tiger.
no.
I will say.
I was like, no, it's not what it is. And then I was like, just watch the preview with me. And they watched the preview, and it's like so beautiful. It's angly.
it's so beautiful.
Like,
No,
people
it's so
walking
gorgeous.
on trees.
The walking on trees and like
I
the
took
blowing
Mulan
of
as a baby to that when I was in the theater.
gorgeous. It looks so beautiful, and my kids just watched it the whole time. And then as soon as with Chow Yun Fat, and they laughed so hard it is. I was like, it is funny. It is funny. It is really funny. He had to know that when he became a star, that people were going to laugh at that. But
Oh yeah, fat. It is true.
The mix-up prompted quite the surprise to a Georgia woman who picked up her daughter's birthday cake to find instead of Moana themed, it was the entire cake marijuana themed.
that's what I'm
Okay,
talking about.
I think that could happen.
Yes.
That seems like a legitimate
If
mistake.
you're like someone calls in quickly and you're working, you're icing something over
Sure.
here, the phone's on your shoulder.
Although I would say a marijuana cake itself would be so unusual that you'd probably want to double check. Like,
Dan,
really?
That's
did,
what you
did they
want?
say?
Marijuana
Did they
cake?
say how old she was on the
Yes.
cake? On the cake.
Yes.
Okay. So this is where I'm like,
you have to
you
know
have
there's a
to at least call back to be like, are you sure?
Are you sure?
Right.
This is
Because I've got a huge bong on this cake for this 7-year-old.
with like a picture of a skeleton on it.
Kinsley Davis shared her story. The photos are a Facebook page, saying her mom had ordered the cake through a local bakery and even handed a picture of her favorite Disney character, Moana. Gave them a picture of Moana.
Wait, is Moana smoking pot?
Somehow, the bakery misheard and decorated the cake with a large cannabis leaf, complete with the green My Little Pony horse smoking what appears to be a joint. So there's a My
Smoking a
Little
little
Pony.
Mi- smoking a
Literally,
little
with
Mi-
the My Little Pony has reddish, bloodshot eyes, and it's
Oh my
holding
God.
a joint with like smoke coming
I don't
out.
know. I
Smoking
think
a-
somebody's having fun at that cake shop.
Smoking a My Little Boney.
The ice cream cake was still good, though. Davis has captioned the post, poking fun at the whole situation. Her post has been shared over 10,000 times. I'm going to ask you guys, how old do you think the daughter was?
Oh my God.
Somebody's getting a Moana
I'm
cake.
going first again because
Yes,
I was very
go,
ballsy
girl.
Okay,
here.
Go,
good.
girl.
You're the guest.
6.
6 years old.
Jay?
I mean, it has to be in the ballpark. 9.
Okay.
I'm going to say 11.
All right.
11 years old.
All right. This woman wanted to get her daughter a Moana cake.
Can I
for-
change mine?
Yes.
4.
Wanted to get her a Moana cake
4, 6, or 9.
her 25th birthday.
No!
Look at the cake.
That is
And this is the cake.
my
25th
God.
birthday.
But even still, they gave you a Moana picture.
I know.
And if you wanted a marijuana themed cake, they went all out for you. I mean, that is as
Yeah.
nice as sheet cake's gonna
That
get.
is
This isn't some like cake boss. When you're
Someone-
Okay, but in the defense of the cake decorator,
Makers, yeah.
She's
let's-
25.
25.
Yeah, you're gonna
that's
get
still
I would
weird.
think.
Dan,
Dan.
That is still very.
This
especially
is
they
a cake
gave
we
you a
should give to
photo.
Doug Benson. We should send this cake to Doug Benson right now. Oh my God.
Happy
What I-
25th birthday,
So what I love about the
Rensley.
story is originally I thought the bakery was so dumb, and now I think this woman is dumb
But
for
she
getting
gave
her
them-
daughter
Yes,
she
a
gave
cake.
them a
Moana
Moana
cake.
cake. Here's what I also love. The person discarded the picture of Moana entirely.
Yeah.
The only thing they picked up on in their mind was marijuana themed. And this was their interpretation of how you go all
Right.
out
on
for marijuana.
My Little Pony, green.
Well, so
Right.
High as a kite.
now I feel like they are sticking it to this woman for being 25 and asking for a Moana
I think so
cake,
too.
Right?
There's more to this
Julia,
story.
don't you think that
There
like,
is more to this
So
story?
I'm sure the woman said, "I'm 25,"
Yes.
and they said, "Well, I need a birthday cake with Moana on it." And here's the
Yeah.
And they said, "How old's your daughter?" Okay,
Right.
25.
I just
wanted I wanted to
And
say
then it was
happy
like,
25th.
she said marijuana.
No. They were like,
I'm sorry, it was so funny.
There's no
and then she did it,
way
she was
it's
just like,
Moana.
or they're
"It
like,
might be
maybe you
Moana."
at 25 needs to get to some more age-appropriate activities going on in your life, like smoking pot.
We're going to start you off. And oh, by the way,
That's exactly how it happened. I bet that's exactly how it happened.
I bet they were like, this entire cake is edible.
That's my other thing too. It's like at the end of the day, it's still an ice cream cake. Put whatever the fuck you want decorated on it. I'm gonna eat it.
That is true. I'll
Do
eat
we
ice cream.
care about what it says about a minute after people start cutting it?
No.
No. You're just like, give me some.
And
Yeah.
you don't care how it looks, you just care how it tastes. My friend had a birthday. His wife baked a cake. He does all the cooking all the time, and she baked a cake for him. And it looked like a homemade baked cake, and it was so sweet because the icing wasn't perfect.
Uneven.
But it was the best tasting cake. It was
Yes.
so good
Yeah.
that I'm like, no one cares what it looks like on
no,
top.
it doesn't.
No one
don't.
cares if you give marijuana
care.
for
Instead
Moana.
of Moana.
And by the way, marijuana for Moana could be a whole new government
I
program.
know.
And I'm going to say this. For those of you out there who want to try something fun, get high and watch Moana. You're going to appreciate it.
And you'll cry.
You will cry a lot.
will cry.
What can we say
I've
except
been
you're welcome?
Getting high on this couch.
I know. All right, Dan.
Dan.
You know the music.
I'll
Dan,
get
with
into
no
it.
kids, you know the music from that
Dude,
movie?
I love Disney.
I know.
So
it's good stuff.
Oh, that's such a good
All
movie.
right, JuliaSweeney.com. We're going to raise her followers. It's at Jay is back in town.
Jay is back in town.
But if you search Julia Sweeney, you'll
You'll
find
find
her.
it.
People are going to go see you. They're going to go see you that first Sunday in November. They're going to see it in New York and
At
see
Joe's Pub.
At Joe's Pub, they're going to
That's-
watch.
Get your
I'm very
tickets now.
excited about that. Actually, it's a pretty small theater. Joe's
Older
Pub
and
Park. It's only
wider. It's a
150
great
Older,
site.
but get
That's
your
gonna sell
tickets
out, I bet.
now.
Get them
It will
now.
sell
I
out.
want to sell it out, older and wider, and you have an open invite to always come and do this show with us. I
I'm
love
here
have you on a
about
live
this
one.
afternoon.
Okay,
I'm not
okay.
leaving.
Well, we can't
No,
do that.
no, we're going to have you come do a
No,
live
we
one.
can't do that.
We'll have you on a live one with us.
Oh,
for
Yes,
sure.
we'll have you do a
that
live
was
one at
scary.
Largo.
God, the people you have are so great
Well,
and so
you do.
witty.
Well, you are.
I always just end up feeling like I'm just going, like I just have a really good seat in the
She-
house.
This is how
that.
much I love Julie. She came and just watched the show.
Yeah.
She just came
I
as a
came
fan
and
and
bought
watched.
tickets and watched the
Oh,
show.
man,
No, I'm
you're
so
the best.
excited to see you guys because I actually would flash on you two, even though we didn't know each other that much. I loved you guys the minute I saw you guys so
I mean,
much. Like I
likewise.
was like, oh, these would be like my best friends if the circumstances were like they
I-
were. Like I mean, like they were just like my people.
Yes.
And when I was in Wilmette, even though I was happy and it turned out to be a good show, I was
I hear all of that.
caveat.
Yeah.
Okay. I would sometimes think of you guys and I would get really sad. Like I had left these wonderful people in LA that I could have developed a relationship with. And so when I came back, that was one of the first things was to go to Largo and see you
And
guys.
to be on that show with you was so
Yay.
nice. And now you can add Dan into your fold.
Yes,
here as
Dan
well.
is your
It's a
friend as
jam.
well.
Dan
All
in the
right,
fold.
love
And
it.
Land as well. All right,
And
guys.
Land,
let's all-
I'll
Forget about
Not
Land.
so much Land.
halfway.
Land can be snippy sometimes.
No, it's okay. All right, well, there you go. That's our show.
Okay.
And oh shit, we got to get back to work.
Dum 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 dum. Stick around, make a sound, hunker down, it's Dumb People Town.
Scarpins Avenue.
A podcast network.